President Trump's first visit to Asia kicked off with a stern warning to North Korea. Watch.
The era of strategic patience is over. Some people said that my rhetoric is very strong, but look what's happened with very weak rhetoric over the last 25 years. Look where we are right now.
Japanese Prime Minister Shinzo Abe later confirmed that Japan and the U.S. are in, quote, complete agreement when it comes to dealing with North Korea. The president is he's in relatively friendly territory now, but the next leg, 2 stops of his trip, South Korea and China, promise to present some challenges. So how will Trump's rhetoric help or hurt him? Here with me now, chief editor for Dow Jones Newswires, Glenn Hall is back. So he starts off in Japan, and he has a friend in Prime Minister Abe. How important is it to show that relationship and that alliance at the top of the trip?
Well, I think it was pretty critical, solidifying that alliance, but also it gave the president a chance to speak back to his constituents here in the United States, saying, hey, you know, the way to help you deal with this North Korea situation is to bring our great power, our great weapons to Japan, and you should buy some more.
Yeah.
And Prime Minister Abe actually supported that and said, yes, absolutely, we need to bolster our defenses, and we are happy to talk to you about those weapons purchases.
How would our grandfathers feel about that?
Well, that's going a long way back, right? But I think everybody has been concerned about this nuclearization, this threat of North Korea. No one more so than Prime Minister Abe in Japan. But
it's
also
a different era. Shouldn't Japan have the ability to defend itself?
That is kind of the point that the president is making. He's made that many times, even going back to the campaign trail.
Yeah.
You know, there's still tension over that. But I think right now, Kennedy, the larger tension is with China and, you know, certainly with South Korea, as you pointed out.
The president would much rather see a robust economy in Japan than with China. Like, if he's got to pick a winner between the two, it's going to be with our friendlier ally. He's got to dance a much more subtle number with South Korea, because they have been trying to deal with North Korea diplomatically.
That's right.
For a number of obvious geographic and emotional reasons. So what does the president say in South Korea to get them on board the way that Japan is now in lockstep with the U.S.?
Well,
and is that possible?
I think, you know, there's still friendly relations with South Korea. There have to be. They have to be part of this discussion if you're going to try to contain North Korea's ambitions here. But, you know, they have been, you know, very much concerned about the president's saber rattling, as he just alluded to in that clip, right? But I don't think the president intends to back down from that. You know, we've seen, in fact, that in some ways that a sort of assertion of America's willingness to take action has brought China around just a little bit on some of the sanctions and holding them tight. So I think the president has been encouraged that, you know, this is the way to move forward. And you heard from that clip, he's like saying all of the soft talk didn't get us anywhere.
Yeah. So it will obviously, and H.R. McMaster said before the trip, don't expect the president to tone down his rhetoric. He's going to remain authentic to himself and his message. And I imagine that means with China as well. So we'll see what happens, what are the fruits of this laborious trip, and we'll find out shortly. Glenn Hall, thank you so much.